Yeah, so we've touched on certain areas, but I wanted to go through all of the areas that you can potentially. This isn't completely, 100% of every single area, but this is all the main areas. And I just wanted to, Pete, could you just pop up the
I'm
slide?
going to, yes. Here we go.
Because I just wanted to go through, because you may, there's the classics of where you think I'm going to outsource, but actually there's perhaps a lot of other areas that you might not have considered. So sort of I've split it into two different sections. You've got the back office traditional functions. So those are the ones that, almost every single business has got these. So you might go, well, yeah, I just want to outsource parts of these. So it's your finance, it's your marketing, personal assistants, virtual personal assistants are getting incredibly popular now. I see different VPA businesses popping up all over the place. I know Mike in Pete's organisation's got a very good one. So HR, we utilise HR as an outsource function. It's, again, it's from my perspective, that one is because you want to have the specialists. You want the people that know, been there, done it before, and know exactly what to do in every situation. Legal, we've said that before, yes, everybody can Google now. Believe me, you need an expert for legal. You don't want to be getting that wrong. Recruitment, very popular. So, who's been frustrated on trying to sift through and trying to recruit, finding a good recruitment agent is worth their weight in gold. I mean, we used to have an excellent one that we used to use, and I think basically she recruited half our office for us. So those are all more traditional ones and ones that you probably expect to often utilize, but there's also the front of office types of ones that you could also look at. So lead generation, I mean, most of you probably have started getting more and more spams of those, but actually there are some, so you might think, oh no, it's just a real annoying thing that you pay money for and don't get anything decent quality. Actually, there's some really good high quality lead generation businesses out there. As Stephen said, part of one of the businesses we worked for that we built did do an element of that. So that can be very valuable if because it can be quite demoralizing if you're not getting the right leads. So if you can outsource it and you're saying, right, I'll give you £1,000 and I want 10 decent leads from it. That's probably a bit cheap, but that it just takes the stress and anxiety out of it, because you're getting it. The outsourcer has to deliver. Sales. Now, people might be surprised about sales, but actually think about it. There's an awful lot of businesses that we deal with that are really good specialists at what they do. They might be fantastic IT specialists that can build up beautiful systems or fantastic software, or might be really good engineers that do really intricate, high innovative air conditioning systems, or the engineers that build bridges or whatever. But that doesn't mean they're a salesperson. And a lot of specialists really hate the sales part of the job. So if you can outsource that part, that can work quite well as well. It's got to be in the right. There are pros and cons to that. So but with all of these, you've got to do it in the right way. But if you can do it in the right way, that can work really well in sales. Development. So as Stephen mentioned, we've done that before. Outsourced development. I've been in lots of before running my practice. I worked in quite a few different technology firms. And that's nothing new. It's if you've got a specialist part that you need to develop, you need to go to the specialists, and that is you go to the experts, because they'll do it quicker. And doing things on time and in budget, really, really important. Project work. So there might be a one-off bit of work. We all had that dreaded GDPR stuff that we had to do a couple of years ago. It's essential. It affects client facing, but who really wanted to do that? So, you know, I outsourced that part. I just thought that's really not my bag. I got a specialist in, a specialist agency to do that for me. Finally, delivery. So sort of, this sort of, I was sort of toying, do I put that in the front of office or back office? But I was thinking, well, actually, no, front office, this is what interacts with your clients, how you actually get your goods delivered. So you might think, okay, well, you know, the big, even like the huge conglomerate, you know, the huge big companies, say Tesco's or whatever, you think, oh, well, surely you see all those Tesco lorries, they do all of their own delivery. No, they use Wincanton, which was my very first company I ever worked for when I was 14. So they use specialist outsourcing for their logistics of Wincanton in this particular case. And they, you know, so they buy the lorries, they sort out making sure that something gets from A to B, and then it's, you know, delivered on time and intact. And it means that, you know, Tesco's or whoever else don't have to worry about that part of their overall part of their model. So that might have just sprung a few more sort of ideas to you. You can close down that slide now, Pete.